Hi guys, I just wanted this like video that I haven't done for a while. It's one of those like, talking videos. So I'm gonna try and like get to the point. I did just start recording this and I was being in the bush way too much. Let's get to it. I currently love and hate Dead by Daylight. I love it because the game is actually pretty great when it wants to do the stuff that you want it to do, and that's a very entitled and selfish kind of thing. But we're all gamers. We all have that idea of what the perfect game is. If you love a game, you love it because it does certain things. When it deviates from that, you don't so much love it, and that's exactly what it is right now with Dead by Daylight for me. I play mostly Survivor, so there is a bit of bias here, but also feel like I have more of a killer mindset. Like, I want the game to be centered around a fear factor where like Survivors are genuinely kind of, have a certain level of worry in terms of what the killers can do. I find that the greatest concern though is not particularly worry about like your survivability on the game. It's actually just more about like, is the time I'm putting into this really worth it? And it comes from a game I just went just now. I was playing on areas. Admittedly, I didn't react the way I should have reacted at the time. So I was on a generator. I got to about like 90%. The killer come my way, Death Slinger, hit me, went on a bit of a chase, dropped the pallet because of, sure I'm not just saying this, but purely based on a bit of latency issue. I dropped the pallet. The killer knew he was going to drop it, kind of went back around and bolted the pallet, got to the other side, but then he swung from across the pallet and it sort of counted as a hit. I don't quite understand how it worked out. On his screen, he probably hit the bill completely right, but for me, he looked completely out of place, so I was like straight, I was like, as we all do. But anyway, went on the hook, got unhooked, went back to the generator after I got healed up, and he'd been hit with overcharge. Hit the skull check for overcharge though, but then Death Slinger hit somebody within the thing. Eruption impacted that generator again. He went straight back down. I was like, oh, come on. And you just hit me, like just how fundamentally monotonous this game can be. And it's in a game where I think the majority of us can agree that it's actually not the chases and not the interactions between players that actually make the game interesting and make us want to come back. And I feel like the devs have really funneled in on this concept that the game is only good if it's if it's frustrating. I remember like Mcoat said that years ago. He goes like, yeah, we want people to be frustrated because that brings them back. But no, it doesn't really bring people back, does it? Like, I don't look back and think, oh, I'm glad I'm playing this again. I was really frustrated the other day, but it doesn't quite work that way. I understand he's trying to make out this concept of like, if you conquer a really big challenge, it feels better. But when it's just getting like, you work on this already long generator because of try to help killers, which I completely encourage help killers because I need it, right? I completely encourage that. But just bumping up a base number on something and then just keep throwing perks that do something for the same thing, it just gets to the point where it's just tedious. It really, really, really is tedious. And when you're playing games like that where you put in already a boring amount of time into something and then it completely gets dismantled afterwards by a few perks and a few situations that are out of your control, it just feels really not so good. I wish they'd either go with the idea of generators with a long time, but no gen regressions, or you go with like a shorter time, but then you keep the gen regression perks on, making it take longer, but then having these things impact it like it did for me. And it's only a small one, but it just I haven't played for a number of time. It just kind of like cemented the reason why I kind of had a little why I have these little breaks for it. And it purely is because the game doesn't quite fit that idea or that concept that I really want, which is where games are dictated to by your one-on-one interaction with the other player. That's what I've always wanted, what I always want. I want those chases to be impactful for both sides. I want killers to be able to win games based on time to kill. I want survivors to be able to win based on how long they can survive in chases. That's where I want the balance to be around. But I feel like the game is in a situation I don't think it can ever be fixed just purely based on how they have done it. it's in a situation where perks dictate too many things in the game. They really, really do. And don't get me wrong, the example I've given is a piss poor example, if I can use those words. Absolutely terrible to use that anecdote to kind of bring about this topic I'm trying to bring. But he was one of those, not trigger, but it really, like it did. It triggered my memory of the reason why I don't come back. Again, terrible use of words there. You would think that I use the English language, but I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Like, for me, this game is amazing when it's based on interaction and the chases, and you know, the concept of killers actually trying to kill and survivors actually trying to survive. When you actually break it down to the title of both separate parts of the game, which is survivors surviving, and killers killing, when you think about it like that, and then you actually look at the perks and, you know, the add-ons and the most powerful part of the game, which is survivors. Yeah, there is a lot of powerful chase perks in the game, but for survivors, it's like, you know, bringing out these toolboxes, working coordination, getting all these generators done as soon as you possibly can. That's like the top tier thing, but that's where the top tier is for some reason, not just sort of like, you know, extending chases. And then killers, it's sort of like, all right, regress these generators, regress these generators, you know, slow down these generators, you know, stop them from doing the objective. Like it's just, it baffles me how those two titles don't quite sync up to how, like, I feel like the title should be different to what they are in the game right now. Like, for me, right now, the way the game is, I feel like the names of the two sides, like for survivors, it should just be like, you know, repairers. You know, you play as a repairing team. You know, I just repair generators. That's my job. That's my main priority. That's what I kind of win a game based on, is just repairing, and that's kind of it. And then like the killers should be like regressors. I don't know, regressors, slowdowners. I don't know, but either way, the fundamental principles of the meta of the game is so different to the actual title of the side you play, and that's what I don't like. That's what I want to get changed at some point. But again, I'm rambling. There's a point around here somewhere. I hope you can pick up several points for this video, but I feel like the devs have really shoehorned them into a place where they can't fix it. I feel like it's always going to be this game. I should get used to it by now, but it's just one of those irritating things. And I feel like I need to get off my chest. Hence the video. Thanks for listening to me. Take care yourselves, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.